Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Just Live Sports, and I'm your host, Ted. We back in the building for episode 11. Super Bowl champions to the left of me.
Let's go, baby.
To the left, I got my man, Rex. What's going on, baby?
What's up? Call me Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean. Yeah, Cooper DeJean, you feel me? And to the left of Rex, we got a new face on the pod. Kyle Staley. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, baby?
It's
I
really
wanna say,
cool.
Yeah,
It's really cool. It's really cool. But,
Yeah.
you know, feel
I
me?
just want to say, off rip, go Birds.
Man, first time Kyle was on the pod with us today. Had to show his face, you feel me? We talking about the birds.
Special.
Yeah. It's we just gonna hop straight into it, man. Kinda gotta give my credit to Jalen Hurts. You know, I've been really skeptical of him the past long time, man. He freaks me out sometimes, but I gotta give him his flowers, bro. Like he flawless through the playoff run, just absolutely amazing. This team, so proud of this team, but especially at Jalen Hurts. I mean, and you know, he finally has really proven he's a winner.
Yeah.
Straight up a winner.
I mean,
So-
I think he's proven that in the past, but now he's going
Solidified
to
it.
show. Yeah, he's solidified it. You
Mhm.
know. Now we know he's capable
Yeah. I mean,
fully.
like, and see, the thing is, I knew he was good enough. You feel me? But I don't. The thing was that I was saying all this time, you know, you don't give this much money to a quarterback without knowing that he's going to be, you know, great. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
give somebody $75 million a year if you're not going to be able to pass the ball correctly.
Exactly.
But you know what?
Just
It
gotta take that risk.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't even care like about the stats for the regular season. I don't look at quarterback stats and just base their play off of that, because that's totally wrong. And that's not how you should base football in general, off of just stats. And that's
No.
a lot of times sports in general, but a lot of us, do that. But I'm saying, man, if you're going to talk about Jalen Hurts, he's a winner. And that's all I really have to say with that. I gave him a lot of disrespect, you feel me? But I gave him disrespect because I wanted a Super Bowl. I knew he could get there. I knew this team could get there, and I knew we could win it. And that's why I've been pissed off. But, hey, man, I'm sorry, Jalen
The
Hurts.
disrespect is worth it. Honestly.
It was, bro. Like, the hate just fuels his fire.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, because
And
you
he
want
should.
somebody like that who's your quarterback.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. We
The
beat
haters fire him.
we
up,
beat
man.
Patrick Mahomes.
Arguably
let's
a
talk-
top five
yeah.
quarterback of all time already.
Let's talk about this game. I mean, 40-22. It's actually 40 to
Opening the
6.
gates, scoring too.
It's actually 40 to 6 too.
Yeah,
Garbage time,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
that's. I
Just
don't
wanna
want to
say.
count that myself, but I think that game, great game by the way, by the Eagles. Some people might say it's boring because we just spanked them a little bit, a lot of it. But you can't open a game any better than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
Coming out
I
the gate
agree.
scoring, second drive,
And it's just the defense, man. The defense made such the difference. And like, you look back at the 2022, Super Bowl, we lost that Super Bowl off of special teams and defense.
Yeah.
We didn't lose because our offense wasn't good enough, even though we added
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley and became even
Yeah.
better. But I'm saying it goes to show, you build how he built around the trenches and then moved on. We really haven't had any linebacker play in the last, we've never been really
Ever?
good at linebacker ever. Yeah.
What's the last time? Trent Cole.
Yeah,
Like,
Trent
come
Cole,
on.
but even he played
wasn't
edge
even-
rusher. He was
like,
an edge rusher. So he might have played, a little bit of off ball, but it wasn't nothing crazy. The last one would probably the great one would be Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah.
Probably, if you're going back. D'Amico Ryans was pretty good for us too, but he wasn't here for that long, so
No.
I'm not going to count him. Connor Barwin comes to mind too, but he was also an edge rusher. I'm trying to think of some other linebackers.
I think
But-
just like that game just goes to show that you have to build off your trenches.
Oh yeah, for
we,
sure.
We as a team we 100% got better because we built our defensive line and our offensive line.
and the offensive line was the best in the
And,
league.
Yeah, arguably one of the best ever.
Yeah,
Like,
unbelievable. And
It's,
I mean,
it's insane.
and just that like Howie's gonna take another person in the draft who's a defensive lineman. Like, you just know it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
For
It's
sure.
like
and this
it's probably gonna
draft
be in
is
the first
stacked.
round.
Yeah,
This is a great draft.
Great draft. For
I mean, just like
interior
going-
pass rusher. It's unbelievable.
going
draft.
into the season, we were scared about losing Jason Kelsey. Jergy stepped up and became a Pro Bowler, absolute stud.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
you know,
Injury.
it's just the gaps got filled so perfectly that we needed to fill. Who knew Zach Bond was going to be a
Mhm.
stud linebacker, special team guy
Oh my
his whole
God.
career until this season? Vic Fangio.
All pro.
like,
Literally had an all pro. So
yeah.
here's my question. It's weird to see, everybody be like, re-sign Bond. He's the number one person we should re-sign. And, I do agree with that to an extent. My thing is that do you give Zach Bond that big contract that he deserves because of his 1 year in the all pro, although he hasn't had the experience and, in the rest of his career? Like, are you going to base his big
So,
contract off of 1 year?
I'm going to say yeah because Vic Fangio,
Mm-hmm.
it plays a huge role in that. And Vic Fangio, he only creates better defenses longer down the
Mastermind.
road. He's a
Mastermind.
great coordinator. He just builds defenses and schemes better as he stays in
Yeah.
the system, certain systems.
It's
He's usually second, third year guy with defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you gotta keep Bond in this defense. I think you got to pay the man.
Yeah.
He wasn't the heart and soul. I mean, honestly, he really could have been the heart and soul of this defense.
Well, we also
Made so many
brought back
differences.
CJ. CJ was a huge
Yes,
part.
CJ.
Because you know what? When CJ's on the field, we are violent. We're a
Yeah.
violent team, man. Like
He's a
he don't
perfect guy.
he don't take no disrespect. He come down hard,
Mm-hmm.
makes tackles. Like he's
He
not
can
afraid to
cover.
make contact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that Panthers game, dude. That Panthers game, he was snapping. And I know it's the Panthers.
He likes
but,
dropping
like,
his shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. He brings a different aspect to the defense, and I love Fangio's defense, man. And the fact that Fangio bases his defense, and I hope you guys realize it too. We rarely ever blitz. We literally rely on our 4 down linemen to get to the quarterback every single time. We drop back 7 people in coverage, 8 people in coverage. Like we don't care. We're not afraid to
6
not
sacks,
blitz.
6 sacks on 0 blitz in the Super Bowl. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Against arguably top 5 offensive line in the league,
yeah.
absolutely crushed them.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like rookies out there.
And you could say, oh, Joe Tooney went from guard to tackle, but he's a 3-time All-Pro, a 4-time Super Bowl
Yeah.
champion. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, he's still great.
Creed Humphrey, supposedly one of the if
Trey
not
Smith.
the best center in the NFL, pancaked all game.
Trey Smith,
Trey Smith,
another great at guard.
arguably one of the best guards in the league,
Mm-hmm.
if not the best guard in the league.
Mhm.
Pancaked all game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy what we did to them.
I mean, Jawan Taylor's pretty trash, but besides that, their offensive line's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you know.
They don't have too many holes.
Yeah. Yeah, with the defensive line, man. I mean, when you just rely on your 4 down linemen, you know you can create pressure. It's just so easy to play defense, because it's just unbelievable the defensive schemes he comes up with, and the fact that it's like you're not blitzing, you don't have to blitz to create pressure is just an amazing thing, and that's how you win. That's how defense wins championships.
It really does. And
It
it goes
really
to show.
does.
I mean, granted, we had an amazing offense, but
Mhm.
our defense was number 1 in the league all year, or since week 5, I should
Yeah.
say. But, I mean, the way that we just violated Patrick Mahomes, 50 total yards going into
Yeah.
halftime.
Like,
come on. That's ridiculous.
Now, quote me on this, but I think there was only 1 or 2 games during the regular season we let up more than 30.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know that.
It-
I don't know for sure off the top of my head. You can quote me. But I think
looking back, I don't know.
there's not too many
I-
games that teams scored over 30
I think-
on us.
Yeah, I'm saying 1 or 2. That pity loss to the
Which is unbelievable.
Redskins or Commanders, I should say.
Yeah, Commanders. We can't disrespect
young.
them with the Redskins now.
No.
So, getting on the topic of the Redskins, it's so funny. Cooper Kupp trying to go to the Commanders, dude. That's like the Texans all over again.
I think it's a waste of money.
Oh yeah, I think it's a waste of money too. I think it's just a waste.
I mean, Cooper
Waste.
Kupp absolutely disappeared this year.
Yeah, dude.
He started off good, got injured, and then after he came back from injury, it was like he was a ghost.
Yeah, and you can't say it's Matt Stafford or the coaching
No.
because they literally almost they had a harder not a harder time. They competed against us the best versus any other team during that playoff run. Like in a snowy, weird game, they played pretty well against us and almost beat us.
A lot of help from Jared Verse in that game.
Oh yeah, for
Ah.
sure. But I mean, once Saquon like broke out that 60-yard
Yeah,
tug,
it
we were
was-
like, okay, all right,
yeah.
we're good again. You know.
It was a bit stressful.
Yeah,
but
it was.
We,
It was
we
nail
pulled
biting.
through.
Mhm.
Jalen Carter coming in clutch. The one game he actually, I'll say, played good in the whole
Yeah.
playoffs. I mean, he kind of won.
Jalen Hunt?
No, Jalen Carter.
Oh, Jalen Carter. I mean, I think the Commanders game. The thing is with Jalen Carter, bro. Like, Fletcher Cox was double teamed his entire career. You know, and we still talked about him like he was a great. That's gonna be Jalen Carter too.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be double teamed every single time.
I would probably
you know?
say, based off his first 2 seasons in the NFL, Jalen Carter looks to be, or can look to be
better than Fletcher
Cox.
Cox. Oh
yes.
yeah,
I
100.
think he's pretty generational.
100.
He's clearly the #1 player in that draft.
He fell to us.
Yeah,
and
that's-
he's applying pressure, crazy pressure, while being double teamed.
Yeah, and I also think that's like people say that he kind of fell off in the playoffs. He kind of single-handedly won us that Rams game, coming in clutch on
Yeah,
that
he
last
did.
drive, and it's just everyone double teams him. He was getting triple teamed even some plays in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, bro.
It's like the amount of distractions he creates for us to make big plays is
Mhm,
ridiculous. It's
mhm. And double
pretty
teams, and you know what?
beautiful to watch.
It's good that he can take double teams sometimes because, excuse me, like leading. Excuse me again. Jeez, I gotta burp a lot. Like those double teams create one-on-ones for other players, and we have good players.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, man. Like just going back to the simple point that if you can rush for and get to the quarterback, like that is an amazing defense. Amazing defense.
Just the way. I mean, even our other tackle, Milton Williams, stud. I'm sad that we're gonna have to let that man go.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
most
sadly,
likely.
But
Most
he's a
likely.
dog. Him and Jalen Carter next to each other were just such a destruction to offensive lines all season, and it just went to show in the Super Bowl. They
Mhm.
absolutely dominated in the middle of that line,
Yeah.
and it created things like Joshua having 9 pressures. Them
Yeah.
two helped that a lot.
Yeah. I said this before too, man. Shout out to Jeff Stoutland. Best in the game, one of the all-time legends, man. He's going to go down as maybe the greatest offensive line coach of all time. Like, he's just unbelievable. The players who come here and just step into
For
the
so
role
long,
of
too.
offensive line, man. Like, Mekhi Becton, man, like, we didn't do anything with the Jets. Nothing at all, man. He came straight here and
Was a dog.
6'8", 360 pounds.
yeah, bro, just unbelievable.
Right tackle, drafted, moved to right guard, stud.
And that is, and you know
It's
what?
just-
That goes to show sometimes, you know, I said this before on the last pod last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, that sometimes you, like, offensive lineman, when you're drafted at tackle and then you get into the league, it's really not the same because you're playing against
Mhm.
way better athletes,
Yeah.
people who are way stronger, too. So that move to guard, being that big, and, you know, whoever's,
Very helpful.
if you're pulling, you're killing anybody.
Yeah,
Like, you're 6'8", 360. Who is putting you on your ass?
nobody.
Besides, like, I don't know, Myles Garrett maybe.
Yeah,
Like, but, you know.
maybe
That's-
a TJ Watt on a
But,
good day.
hey, you never know. Myles Garrett might be on this team, so.
I think
I would love for that to happen personally. Been having a lot of conversations outside of this here
Yeah.
facility about that.
Mhm.
I really want that to happen.
Now, I did see that they're preparing to offer him, you know, probably the highest edge rusher contract possible, like ever. So they're looking to give him the biggest contract I read today. But it still seems that, you know, he's just not interested. He's
He-
28 years old.
He wants
He's-
to win.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about the money anymore. It's about the ring.
He's even
'Cause-
said in his past that he would not mind joining the Eagles.
Because it
It's a
don't.
winning environment. It's a good environment to be around.
Mhm.
And you're coming from the Browns to a team like this, and everything changes. Everything
And Jalen Hurts said it best. Money's nice, championships are better.
Yes, sir.
And that's just the straight truth, man. Going with any sports too. Like, now, of course, you know, some people are going to choose a bag because they're thinking about their family and their future and everything else. But I personally think if I was a player, or if I was, you know, anywhere within an organization, I want a ring more than anything. Anything.
Absolutely.
That's what you're there for.
Yeah, for sure. So, shout out to BG too. He's retiring a 2-time Super Bowl champ.
Love that guy, man. I
Love
wish
him
he
for
I
real.
wish he talked at the parade. I wish they put him on the mic. I was looking forward to that. I was pretty
Mhm.
upset that he didn't speak.
No,
That
I
would've
think
been
he did
awesome.
Speak.
Oh.
Were you there? Or were you?
I was there. I don't think BG spoke.
I think BG spoke, bro.
Maybe.
I think he did. I think you were somewhere in,
In La La Land.
yeah, in La La Land or
Sorry.
something. I'm like
Sorry.
90% sure that BG spoke because I remember him with the hat. What's it called? Like with the it's got the fur on the inside,
the
but it like comes
Eskimo
down. The Eskimo hat. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That might actually be it, honestly. But it was like
No, because it was
like a cap and it came down.
it was the
covered.
exciting whites. Then it was the running back core. It was Saquon, Shipley, Gainwell. They came up. Then AJ Brown came up. Then I'm pretty sure they let Mekhi Becton talk.
No, bro. I'm
Oh,
telling
we know
you,
Landon Dickerson too.
BG talked. I like promise you. Like I
don't know.
I promise you.
I
Why would
mean,
they not let him talk though? You know what I'm saying? He's like the oldest person. He's gonna retire, and he's a 2-time Super Bowl shit. He definitely talked. I like thoroughly remember this. I swear. If he didn't, then I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he did. I was in the nice cozy house watching it. There was no way in hell I was going to that parade. I love Philly, but going to Broad Street after a win is enough for me. I don't need to go to the parade. It's
shoot,
unbelievable.
I did both.
Yeah, I know. But
Had some pretty bad experiences. I
Yeah.
will say.
Yeah, this man lost his phone. He just
Lost-
got a phone, by the way.
Yeah. I lost my phone on Broad Street celebrating the Eagles' victory. I also lost my wallet that night, but we're back in business. It was worth it though. It was totally worth it. Go
Freaking-
Birds
That's freaking hilarious.
for sure.
That's so funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It is pretty funny.
So talking about Myles Garrett, the NFL in the 2025 season, we're currently at 255 mil for the cap room, and they're bumping it again 25 mil next year. And it looks to be that football is kind of moving forward to the now I don't think it'll ever be no cap space because that'll just be absolutely absurd for
Yeah,
football.
you can't do that in football.
You can't do that in football.
Absolutely not, because then you could give guys like Saquon Barkley 100 mil.
Yeah, but but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had no cap room in football, I mean, anybody can make a dynasty,
Yeah, I
Like
mean it's like the
anybody.
MLB, but it's just with football the rosters are huge.
Mm,
It's
Yeah.
the rosters are way too big for you to do that because then everyone's gonna
Exactly.
want money.
exactly.
You're gonna have to pay everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're adding 25 mil in cap space to the next season. But maybe it will just trend towards they're gonna keep adding 25 mil a year until they get to 400 million, maybe. Which I think that would be
I
the
think that'd
absolute
be-
cutoff.
I think
that's
I
Too
think that's
much money.
perfect, honestly.
that's
400 mil would probably be the best.
that's
best
my
option.
cutoff. Because if you go past that, it's just what do you need that much money
Yeah.
for, and who are you paying? We have enough players, so yeah, they're kind of trending towards just getting more cash space with that.
So with
again,
that extra,
that helps
um,
us.
With that extra 25 million, what do you think that Eagles should do?
So here's my thing. I feel like where's it written down? We're looking to resign Bond. Here are the big ones, really, the 4 big ones: Bond, Becton, Williams, and Sweat. So I lead towards Bond and Becton
Yeah, I would agree with that.
because I just don't think that you're not gonna,
With
Williams
the
is
whole
cool.
Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, John will step up too.
And we're also gonna draft interior defensive line.
This
put
draft
money on
is absolutely stacked. So I don't think being a late draft pick losing someone like Milton Williams will be a problem this
Mhm.
year.
especially with defensive line. It's really really stacked.
Yeah, but I'd hate to let Sweaty go, but I think that would be best. Now
Yeah,
we have
like-
guys coming up. Nolan Smith.
Listen,
dog.
six quarterback pressures and 2.5 sacks in the Super Bowl. Unbelievable. I thought he should have won freaking MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. As a rotational guy too, that's really impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And BG didn't get too many snaps, but again, Sweat is a rotational player. He's
Yeah.
not a full time pass
At all.
rusher. So
He's been that his whole career too.
mhm.
Great year though. Nine sacks as a rotational guys
Yeah.
is a pretty
And-
stout year.
I also feel as if Nolan Smith, man, is animal. He's
Dog.
a freaking animal.
Dog.
Talk about a guy who plays with his head on fire all the time. Like, he flies to the ball constantly.
And it's
No-
crazy. He's smaller too.
Yeah.
He's on the smaller
But
side.
you- but you
that-
know
I
what?
think that helps his
Did you
game.
did you watch the videos of him like absolutely blowing up runs
Yeah, it's,
against the Chiefs? Like, counter, he put Trey Smith on his ass.
dude. We're not gonna sit here and act like we didn't steal him in that draft.
Yeah, we did.
He was a top ranked player in that whole draft,
I'm not gonna lie though, when they
which
took
is pretty ridiculous.
when
to
they
me.
took him at like 30, they only took him because the Chiefs wanted him. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
There were so many players on the board. Like, I wanted Joey Porter at a Penn State corner. He went to the Steelers. He's still a pretty good player.
Yeah, I'd say he's above average.
Yeah, I would say so too. But I definitely think that it was an absolute steal, man. I mean, and
Put in Nolan Smith like that, and put in Nolan Smith, a player like him in the system that we have, the players that we have. I mean, it was such a steal, such a good pick.
yeah, I agree.
That young man is a dog.
Yeah, I totally agree. He was freaking blowing up runs, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the day before the Super Bowl parade, me, Steck, and Bren seen Nolan Smith at the wine store.
What?
At the liquor store. He got like 10 bottles of Casa Azul.
Dude, he was
Like,
hammered
10
at the
bottles.
parade.
He was
Did y'all say
drinking
what's up
it.
to him?
No.
What?
What?
Because they got back in the car and they like didn't know if it was him or not. So
What?
They were just like sitting there.
You should be able to tell. That man is 6'3".
Yeah,
I want to
he's
say
pretty
he's
big.
a
He's a
he's a
big boy.
monster.
He's a big boy.
He had like Dior's on. He had like a whole Louis Vuitton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro.
bro.
I mean,
Bro,
you
that's
shouldn't even be
him.
second guessing that.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
If he got Dior's on his feet with it,
I
whatever,
mean,
he's slinging.
He
a bag
definitely got
around.
10 bottles of Azul.
Dude, he did.
You see that man at the parade
In and out
stealing
of the
babies,
store.
throwing up on himself.
Yeah.
He's having a good time.
Yeah,
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he was lit. He was lit at the parade. All of them videos I seen. Oh my god, dude. He was literally just going around.
He didn't
Like,
even
take-
make it to the speech.
Oh hell no,
No,
bro.
they had to put him in a cop
Yeah,
car.
bro. They had to escort him. He was
Him
hammered.
and Quinn Young.
Dude, he was taking the offerings of drinks and just slamming them. Like, literally going down the line, 5 more feet, slamming another, 5 more feet, slamming
I mean,
another.
He's soaking wet in alcohol.
Yeah.
And he's in a t-shirt. And
Mhm.
it's 30
See-through.
degrees outside.
And it's
Yeah.
see-through because
Yeah,
he's
it's
got all the
crazy.
beer on him.
Yeah.
So funny, dude. And Quinyon Mitchell was hilarious too when the
And the
reporter came
Antonio
up to
Brown.
him. Dude, Quinyon Mitchell. Oh my God, he was. Yeah, they were. I mean, they were all lit up, rightfully so, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get to celebrate that moment because you know everybody else is lit up. You feel me? The police officers doing that tush push was
That
so
was-
funny. That was dope. That was
Yeah,
super
that was
dope.
fire. That was fire.
So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, man. I hate the
It's a good
narrative.
time down there.
I hate the narrative around like, Philly fans are like total a-holes. A lot are. Hear me out. A lot are, but don't correlate some people with everybody because that's not the world. Like, that's not how the world works. So bro, it gets me so mad when I get on social media and I see that stuff and it's like average Eagles fans. Oh, Eagles fans are such a terrible franchise. Like blah 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 blah. Like, dude, you'll never
Yeah.
understand what it feels like
Put an
live,
Eagles
to
shirt
live in
on
this
and come
city.
to an Eagles tailgate.
Yeah,
Some of the nicest people you meet.
mm-hmm.
Cool, funny, all that.
Yeah, and you don't know what
It's a great fan base.
this, bro,
I feel like people are just jealous
and you don't understand the city of Philly
at all.
and what people go through every day and what people live in and stuff like that. And we don't live in Philly, but we're close enough to Philly to understand what it's like.
Yeah, the whole concept.
Yeah, exactly. And, bro, there's some hard ass workers in Philly. Like, Philly is one of those cities where it's constantly hard workers. So it's just, yeah, we demand a lot, but it's all out of love, and we love all of our teams, even if they all aren't the greatest, but we love all of our teams and we're passionate about all of them. So
Absolutely.
I hate the hate with the Eagles stuff, bro, because it's just like it gets me. It gets me, man. It really does. I don't know why it affects me, but it just pisses me off. Like, I can't help to
They
like.
can't talk about us because they can't talk about the team because they won, but now they're talking
Yeah,
about us.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just, I don't know, bro. And like some videos do make it seem really bad. Like the dude who got kicked out after he said something to that woman and everything. I was like, all right,
dude.
that's enough.
I
But like
mean,
we don't,
yeah,
we're not supporting him though.
some questionable situations do
Yeah.
happen, but I feel like that happens at every stadium,
for
arena,
sure.
in all sports.
Like the Commanders game, like when I went to the Commanders game and I was there, like I was talking shit to Commanders fans because that's just how it is. Like it's just all out of love. It's just jokes. Like I'm not there to start a fight or
Dude,
anything. Like it's just I want to talk my shit.
The
This is my
shit
team.
the shit talking happens in every city. You know,
Mhm.
I went to Baltimore for the Baltimore Ravens or for the Ravens Eagles game. I get out the car in the parking garage. You know, I'm relieving
Yeah.
myself. A car pulls up, puts it in park, drops their windows, and they start talking shit. I'm like, but we
Gotta talk shit back.
Yeah,
That's just how it
it's
is,
just,
bro.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
It is everywhere, and that's why I hate when it just correlates to only Philly because it's just not true, bro. Like it literally happens all over the world. And then the thing that really got me was when the kid fell from the light pole, and everyone was just
Rest
like,
in peace.
"Yeah, rest in peace." And people are like, "Bro, the fact that you can sit on social media,
Dude, I
and-
seen someone like
make
make a
fun of that.
comments like,
It's
"Oh,
terrible.
the Eagles fans deserve that."
yeah, like that's
Nobody
bro,
deserves to die.
That's terrible to say.
That's
bro.
ridiculous.
A 20-year-old kid who went to Temple University who lived in Philly. You gonna say he deserved to die for what,
Yeah,
bro?
that's insane.
So yeah, just a lot of social media BS. But I really try and stay off of social media because it's the devil, in my opinion. It's definitely the devil. Even though, we like YouTube, we like the podcast. I watch a bunch of podcasts. Podcast is awesome. I can support that on
I
social
don't
media.
even put on Netflix when I go to bed. I put on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I
do
watch
I.
YouTube, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't watch shows or movies anymore.
Straight up.
Just JLS.
It's more all JLS.
All JLS. Just live
The
sports.
promotion.
No cap. Oh yeah, follow on Instagram too. Just live sports. You can keep up with all the updates and everything we got. Boom. There you go. Heading kind of back to the Eagles just a little bit. Kellen Moore goes to the Saints as a head coach. I think I said this before, man. He's so much better as an offensive coordinator. I get the money and I get everything. But again, money's nice. Championships are better.
I think he had some questionable calls throughout the season, but he is a great offensive coordinator. But I'm not really too worried about losing him.
Either am I.
You put any guy as a coordinator with this offense. I mean, it's kind of hard.
Whoa. Not Brian Johnson.
Whoa.
Don't say that.
Brian Johnson. didn't
Because
have
there's some
Saquon.
people who are pretty god-awful at their job.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Johnson didn't have Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, Brian Johnson was
I mean,
still
I just think
awful.
Saquon just makes it a difference too. But yeah, there's not too many guys who are gonna mess up that position with this offense.
I mean, Brian Johnson also, I'll give him his credits too because he went to the Commanders with Cliff Kingsbury and they did well.
Yeah.
And they did very well. So,
very
he-
well, very well.
Obviously, it was just something, maybe it was because we had the downfall and we thought we needed something different. But you know what? I thought we needed something different too. I even thought Sirianni was on his way out last year.
Yeah.
So a lot changes within a year. Quarterback coach Doug Nussmeier. Pretty sure that's how you say his name. Nussmeier. He's also going to the Saints, and he's becoming their offensive coordinator with Kellen Moore as the head coach. So there was a lot of talk about who we're going to hire as offensive coordinator. I forget the one guy who I heard. I'm trying to remember his name. Doesn't matter anyways because he's not signed. But the Eagles are promoting Kev Patullo
Pass
to
game
offensive coordinator or pass game coordinator. Correct. I really like this
that.
move.
I like that.
How you feel, Rex?
I like that move.
So we're all in
I
agreement.
mean,
here.
I don't think you could go wrong with that. He's already a system guy. He's been here.
I like hiring within the organization.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
I think
move.
it's smart.
So do I.
It's chemistry.
So now that we have a new offensive coordinator, this is Jalen Hurts. Maybe I don't know, 5th, 5th, 6th offensive coordinator, something like that. He's had a lot of offensive coordinators, man.
It's been
And
rough.
Again, man,
Rough but worth it.
you could sure he might be a system quarterback, he might be a game manager, but any offensive coordinator, he finds a way to win. So I like the signing though overall. Pass game coordinator, so we should have some good, pass route concepts.
Yeah, I think with that signing, or paying him as our offensive coordinator. I think we will see Jalen Hurts throw the ball more than he did this past season, next season, which I think we do need to see.
I'm okay with
Take a little bit of load off Saquon because
a little bit more.
Teams are gonna be expecting us to just hammer the ball with Saquon.
And you know what? It's not about giving. Now Saquon is a bell cow where you give him 20, 25 carries a game, but he doesn't need to be that every single game, and not with his offense. And I do think that with Kevin Patullo, it's going to open up a little more of the pass game for Jalen Hurts, which I thought he passed way better this year than he did in 2022. So I was okay with it. He didn't pass for as many yards. Like, if you're looking at the stats, you're going to be like, oh, it's terrible stats. But, again, we had Saquon who rushed for 2,000 yards. So don't look at the stats. Doesn't matter. Yeah, man, I would definitely say that you still have Jeff Stoutland. So it really doesn't matter when you have Jeff Stoutland because he's going to be the guy who implements the run schemes and the run whatever plays and everything else. So you don't have to worry too much about Patullo. Obviously, he's going to have his input and tweak certain things, but that's just what coaches do.
There will definitely be changes, but that's going to have to happen though.
So I really like the move personally.
I like the move as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Ted, how do you feel about the upcoming free agency?
Oh man, the upcoming free agency. There's a lot of big names in there, dude. The first thing that comes to mind with free agency, I would say, is the Bengals, because the Bengals have T. Higgins to pay. They got Trey Hendrickson to pay. Excuse me, can't talk. And they have Jamar Chase to pay. And reportedly, Jamar Chase wants over $40 million a year.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I
know he's a Triple Crown guy. I know he's a great wide receiver, but no.
40
absolutely
million.
not.
And the contract would probably be 4 to 5 years too.
Yeah.
So obviously the highest paid receiver contract is what he wants, but I understand being good. I understand holding out for certain games, but it really does not work when you hold out. Especially one name that comes to mind is Hassan Reddick, held out, and then absolutely terrible. And then the Eagles won the Super Bowl without him. So just goes to show. Le'Veon Bell as well, amazing running back, sat for 1 year, sucked the rest of his career. Awful. I loved Le'Veon Bell. I wanted him to succeed, and he didn't.
Calvin Ridley.
Who?
Calvin Ridley too.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley as well.
Didn't
What did you
play
say,
for the
Rex?
whole season.
What did you say?
Oh, the Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell team. I thought that was going to be the start of a
Like absolute dynasty.
Yeah,
dude. And they could have been a dynasty. They kept losing to the Patriots every year. That's what it was.
It's hard to beat Tom Brady.
It definitely is hard to beat Tom Brady. I'm not gonna lie. Also goes to show that Tom Brady is still the GOAT. Please stop saying Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT because that shit is not true. Like,
I'll give him top 5.
No.
Patrick Mahomes is probably 5.
He's probably 5.
Yeah, I'd say he's 5.
But please stop with the Brady stuff, bro.
TB12. I don't dislike the man. I don't hate the man. But
all right, give Jalen Hurts 2
absolutely
more rings.
not.
Do you put Jalen Hurts over Pat Mahomes? If they had the same amount of rings.
If they had the same amount of rings, then I don't know.
If Jalen Hurts and Pat Mahomes say the next 2 years.
No.
Mahomes.
I'm sorry. No.
You don't think Jalen Hurts would be better?
I think Mahomes is more solidified as an actual quarterback.
Yeah, and
than Jalen Hurts statistically too. Jalen Hurts he needs the run game.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes will sit in the pocket and dart you up.
Yeah, the Chiefs don't have a run game.
No.
And even like Pacheco coming back, Pacheco's not been the same at all.
No, I don't think he's fully healthy.
I don't think so either. But
you could just tell when he runs.
It doesn't make sense on if he was fully healthy, why would they even bring him back? Because you already had Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, and Kareem Hunt was balling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think he is healthy, at least 90% there. So I don't know. I mean, he did. What was it? His leg that he broke, or his fibula, his tibula? Something in
like
his
that.
leg. Something in his leg he broke. I broke my tibia before.
R.I.P.
It was not
I
fun.
needed
at
him
all.
in fantasy.
If you ever broke your tibia, I feel bad for you. I broke my tibia and then I played on it for 4 weeks straight and didn't know it was broken. So that was a cool experience for me. I'll probably never do that again, break my leg and run on it. But hey, you know. Yeah, going back to free agency, got a little off topic.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, man, $40 million a year. I mean, I
didn't
think
see that anywhere. Like that is just. I'm still sitting here thinking about it. That's crazy to me.
Unbelievable.
$40 million a year.
especially when you know other people need to be paid. Like
Yes.
like you think AJ Brown's a diva. Jamar Chase is being a diva.
the biggest.
Like, dude, it's
Said he wanted 1 cent more than Justin Jefferson.
bro, exactly. And he's basically saying that, I don't care who we re-sign. I just want the biggest contract imaginable. Like, that's basically what he said. Like, I don't want to be a team player. I don't care. But it's like, bro, like sometimes you gotta take a pay cut to put other people around you and to make your team great. Like that, their defense is god awful, literally god awful. Probably
It's horrible.
Probably the 28th
Trey
worst in the
Hendrickson
league.
is all they have.
There's 32 teams. They're probably like 28th, ranked like
Yeah.
28th. Like their defense was awful.
You put a couple pieces on that defense, they're a playoff team and they're a contender.
And Trey Hendrickson literally just had like an insane year. So again,
think
he has to
14
get paid.
sacks.
Yeah,
that's a
he has
great
to get
year.
paid.
Yeah,
So does T. Higgins.
they're not gonna. I don't think they pay all of them.
Well,
I don't think they.
Joe Burrow said in an interview or something, like somebody asked, he was like, if the Eagles can pay Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith, then we can pay T and Jamar.
We didn't have to pay Trey Hendrickson though.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow has a pretty large contract. So-
One of the larger ones.
Yeah,
In the
but
league, so-
that's what I'm saying. So like that's your big three right there, like kind of representing Hurts, AJ, and Smith. But yeah, I do get what you're saying. You got to pay 3, but I mean,
Who right now is the highest paid receiver?
Jettas, I
Jettas.
believe. Yeah.
Jettas,
Yeah.
yeah. I think he's almost touching 30 mil.
Yeah, and then
Who
I
is it?
think Tyreek Hill maybe,
Tyreek, yeah, he's another one.
and then AJ Brown's in the top 5.
AJ Brown's top 5. I think.
I don't know who else. It's CD.
I remember Cooper Kupp was on a big contract, but
I think it might be CD, to be honest with you, because he just got that big contract in the offseason. So it might be him.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
Jamar Jettas.
If T. Higgins leaves, their offense isn't terrible. I thought Chase Brown was absolutely amazing this year for them. But
He is really good at football.
if T. Higgins leaves, he's going to be, a top target for probably every team that has cap room. So you're talking, Commanders, you can even Vikings, you can mention Bears, Bills, Patriots, yep. So
Chargers.
Chargers
There's-
as well, but I think Chargers are really going to go after either Cooper or Chris Godwin. So something to keep a look at. I know that the Bucks do not want to franchise tag Chris Godwin, so they might just
Especially
let him
after
make
the
free
injury.
agency.
I don't know. You don't know if he's going to come back the same.
Yeah, it's true. Like there's a lot of people. There, like off the top of my head, I know Javon Holland, Stephon Diggs, Jair Alexander will probably be in there at some point because he's gonna get traded or cut, so he's going somewhere. It's a big name corner. Marlon Humphrey doesn't know about his future in Baltimore.
I think they're going to restructure his contract.
Marlon Humphrey.
They're working on extending Kyle Hamilton too.
Yeah, I mean Kyle Hamilton's freaking dude. I wanted him so bad too. Oh my god, in the
Yeah.
draft, I'm like, oh my god, take Kyle Hamilton, please. I was like
He's a
shaking,
demon.
dude.
He is.
I was like, I was literally shaking. Like the excitement I get from watching Kyle Hamilton play, man. Whoo! You ever want to, dude? You want to watch some safety? Go watch Kyle Hamilton.
Dude,
man.
and he brings just like the old swag back too, with the contact.
Yeah, bro.
He drops his shoulder.
Yeah, he does, and he just like he's a player that like he could cover, but he's also damn near half the time playing the box. And you know, if a safety,
linebacker, safety,
that's what I'm
corner,
saying.
he could just play everywhere.
you know, a safety's a dog when he can come down and play the
you
box.
can locate
with the
some
big
him off
boys.
the edge too. He's huge.
Oh yeah, they
They
of
literally
course they
do
have.
that.
They do it all the time, bro. He's athletic, fast. Why wouldn't he? Exactly. So, yeah, he's an amazing player. So, some stuff to look out. There's a lot of free agency stuff. Trey Smith as well. He's hitting free agency, so the Chiefs are losing him.
Bear.
Bear.
I think
That's-
Trey
yeah.
Smith's going
Oh.
to be a Bear.
That would be that's a great.
Or I
that's a
think,
great one.
he's going to be a Bear or a
Oh,
Viking.
really? That's a great comparison because Caleb Williams needs that.
They need to build.
And I would
Something.
definitely, with Ben Johnson as the head coach now, I would definitely look to see their run game, look to improve
Yeah.
entirely. I mean their pass game too, but he's good. Caleb Williams was, he wasn't the greatest his rookie
He
year.
had a
but
good year, though.
He was really not
He-
protected well at all.
Did he get sacked 50 times?
Like, dude, yeah.
48? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's something
48,
Like,
48.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. You can't
Now-
expect someone to be good.
Now 15 of them were like, and I'm pretty sure at least 15 of them were him just like doing his little dilly-dally in the pocket, trying to run around, make something happen. But I mean, again, that's if your receivers aren't getting open, then I guess you got to, you
Yeah.
know.
I think they get an offensive line and their team is good.
I also think that Keenan Allen's probably on his way out too. Like it sucks to see him because he was so good for the Chargers, man. And he comes to the Bears and. He was better towards the back half of the season, but he really just was not, the Keenan Allen that we're used to.
He also, I feel like he really wasn't getting, the ball as he should.
Not until the back half of the season.
Back half of the season, yeah. I think the Bears will make it work. I think they can make something shake this offseason in the draft.
If I was the Bears, I'd probably be cool with letting Allen walk or, either. I mean, you could cut him, but I would probably try and trade him for at least something because you have Roma Dunze, and I think he'll take
He's
a
gonna be
pretty
good.
big leap too because he's gonna. You got DJ Moore on the outside, then you got a Dunze in the slot. So I really think that'll work out for the Bears. And
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Caleb Williams. A lot of people don't like him because he's a little flamboyant, but it's whatever. I mean, a lot of players are
People have their
painting
opinions.
their nails. A lot of players are painting their nails nowadays. Ryan Williams, for example, Alabama stud, painting his nails. Jared McCain, another one.
Just like that.
So
No, it
it's,
happens.
it's the generation we live in, man. So you
2025,
just-
man.
I don't know why people get so heated about it. I don't know. It's whatever.
People are
You
gonna do what they wanna
yeah,
do.
you do whatever you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do, bro. Like that's what makes the world go around. That's what makes the world spin. Everybody's different, unique in their own way, Like Rex
Absolutely.
is a genius at HVAC. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, dude, no
we
problem.
need you, Rex. Like,
We do, bro. You're the heart and soul of,
what,
a lot. If you didn't know, Rex is the greatest HVAC man in Delco. I hope y'all know that.
in this whole count.
Fact.
Delfair, shout him out, Delfair. don't call him. He doesn't want the business. That's hilarious. I'm trying to see, man.
What about Joey Bosa, man?
Oh, Joey Bosa. I forgot about
Joey
him.
Bosa.
Joey Bosa is leaving too, and even I even seen Khalil Mack is leaving too. So
Yeah,
they're
they're
losing
both-
both their
yeah.
edge rushers.
And honestly, back to like the Eagles and drafting defensive players or getting defensive players. If we don't shoot for Myles Garrett, because we're gonna need an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need an edge rusher. I would not mind. Granted, he's 33 years old, but I would not mind if we signed a guy like Khalil Mack.
Yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see just how much money we spend at the edge rusher position because you have people to resign again.
Yeah.
So, it's just something to look out for. So, gotta keep it in mind. Yeah, obviously we talked about Cooper Kupp being on the move, but now Matt Stafford is on the trade block. Couple teams looking at him. I would definitely say that the Steelers. You could say the Jets. So you could say a couple teams, and I reportedly heard that if Matthew Stafford is traded out of L.A.,
Sam Darnold.
not only Sam Darnold, but I seen Aaron Rodgers too.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
weird, right?
Moving on from Matt Stafford and going to Aaron Rodgers kind of seems pointless to me.
Yeah, it doesn't really make
At
any
this point in
sense.
their careers, what we've seen, that's a downgrade.
At this point,
Yeah, at this point.
overall,
Overall, no. But at
We're
this point in
taking
their
A-Rod.
careers, from what play we've seen them
Yeah.
do in the past couple of years, I think that's a downgrade. Going with Sam Darnold, though, is also questionable to me, too, because is he going to be able to function the same way he functioned this past
Yeah.
season in a different offense? And he's going to get paid.
yeah, and that's the thing that again, it's the same thing with like Bond. It's like, how do you base a quarterback contract off of 1 year of playing good?
Yeah,
You know?
true.
In a new system as well, with a new coaching staff, with the best receiver in the league. So
That's true.
it's something to look at. You know, the Vikings offense was definitely better in talent than it was in the past couple of years as well. And Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, PA legend as well from
Kevin
PA.
O'Connell is a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching him coach.
Yeah. Same with McVay. I love
Yeah.
watching McVay coach, dude. Like,
Young, good coaches.
dude, it's crazy. Like McVay's been in the league for so long. He's only 39. He's one of the youngest coaches in the NFL. Dude, he's literally been in the NFL since he was like 20. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
He's gonna be around for a really, really, really long time.
And I don't know if you guys seen this, but do you remember? It was, I think it was at the time they were the. It had to be they were the Redskins. Yes, they were the Redskins. During the time they were the Redskins, Kyle Juszczyk, Kyle Shanahan, well, who's the other one? Oh my gosh, I forget the other coach. And then Kevin O'Connell, or not Kevin O'Connell. I don't know where I'm going with this. There was like all these
We're talking young coaches.
McVay,
McVay.
Kyle Shanahan, and somebody else was all on the same coaching staff at the Redskins, and then they all split up, and now they're
The
three,
best coach,
three great
some,
coaches.
Some of the best.
I forget
coaches.
the other coach, so I don't know. Eventually,
I
I'll
like
remember.
the. There's a lot of young head coaches in the NFL now.
I like that too.
I like that.
I like that too. It gives me hope for
Yeah.
me. I'm about to join the NFL. Hire me, man. Please,
Could be an
anybody,
offensive coordinator.
dude. I would rock his offensive career. I already got my plays written down and stuff. You know,
Put me on the Put me on the Cardinals.
put me on the Cardinals.
You know, give me Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray.
Dude, Kyler Murray is just. Shout out Andy. Shout out Andy, the Sooner. He loves Kyler Murray. He loved Baker Mayfield, but I can't get behind Kyler Murray, and I don't
Andy,
think
it's ridiculous to watch Kyler Murray play football now.
I don't think I ever will get behind Kyler Murray. And I'm not hating on Kyler Murray. I just don't, Andy, he really thinks he's a top 10 quarterback. I think he's smoking dope, personally.
What about not kind of on the same subject, kind of? But what about Justin Tucker's allegations?
Oh my God.
What about
Retire.
No, I think we talked about this like 2 weeks ago. That is crazy.
Retire,
too.
dude.
He's
Yeah, I
still
said-
getting them.
Yeah,
Dude,
I said
don't know.
Deshaun Watson 2.0.
He doesn't have to. I think he needs to retire after everything that has gone on with him in the past, couple months. I think.
Yeah, he's
The one song I always wanted a brother. That's him and Deshaun Watson.
he's an interesting
It's-
Yeah, it's
fella.
pretty crazy. They're still coming
Even we can mention Kadarius Toney, for instance, too. Arrested for strangling a woman.
What is it with these football players? Yeah, and,
I don't know.
They're always beating a bitch's ass.
I don't
It's-
understand.
And
not
they
wrong,
got
though.
something with hotels and elevators too.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. Ray Rice.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt.
something about
Yeah,
it.
Kareem
Like,
Hunt,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
for
it's
sure.
weird.
Like, and it's just like, why? Like, and I don't condone women beating at all. I'm not saying this at all, because I don't. It's fucking terrible. Excuse my language. Anyways, why would you do it in a public place when you just know the world and there's cameras.
Cameras and everyone's ready to film something. Yeah,
So
They know too. I mean, it's just it comes to a level. I think you gain
and you just like
a sense of power in your own head.
yeah,
because
you
you
just
have
don't
like
care
that
'cause
money,
yeah,
and you
bro.
know you're gonna get out of those situations.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think he's
Ray
gonna get out of
Rice,
this personally.
was like the last person to not really get out of that situation. Now you got guys like Kareem Hunt who are back in the league.
Yeah, but he was punished.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt was punished.
yeah.
He robbed himself of his career basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he was really
Stud.
really great before that. He was really
Yeah.
really great, and he derailed his career. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the league for 2 years.
I think it was 2 years, and
2
then
years?
that's when the Browns, picked him up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really understand. I don't condone this stuff. I think it's pretty terrible. I hate when you see young players just throw away their career for something so stupid, man. Something
It's sad.
yeah, bro. And you get thrown in jail, and you what like
Henry Ruggs, man.
it's a great example. It's a great example. Could have been,
Apparently he's,
great.
Gonna be out of jail soon.
No, he's not gonna get back in the league, dude. He murdered somebody. Yeah, he murdered somebody.
So did Jalen Carter, but
But Jalen Carter wasn't. He wasn't in the same car as him. He was racing. You get what I'm saying? Like he wasn't the one
yeah.
driving his friend's car.
What do you think's gonna happen with Rashee Rice?
I mean, they didn't do anything for a year. He was drafted. He played. I don't know.
Why
man.
wait a year to not let him play?
But why would you let him play if there was something
Exactly,
going
yeah.
on? So that's kind of my thing. They wouldn't have let him played if something was going to happen to him. He wouldn't have played this entire season. But then again, I mean, he was doing great before he tore his ACL by Patrick Mahomes, who fell into
See,
him.
now, and I've said this multiple times this season. After that injury,
That shit was disgusting.
I think they go undefeated with Rashee Rice in that lineup. I just can't see. I can't.
Maybe.
With
Dude, he
Hollywood
would-
Brown too.
Dude, he looked like Michael Thomas 2.0.
And Xavier Worthy.
He looked like Michael Thomas 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
no.
The way they
yeah,
ran
no,
him
no.
across the middle of the field, and he just always open.
He's catching everything though.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
It's also like he was super dynamic with screen passes and like tunnel
It's
screens.
kind of like how they used Tyreek Hill the first little breakout year he had.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, I mean,
They still use Reek in like some screens and some reverses and stuff, but it's not. I feel like a lot of it is Jalen Waddle now because he's more of the fresh legs and he's fast too. Though.
I don't think Tyreek Hill's a Dolphin next year.
Apparently, he walked back his comments about being a Dolphin.
Really?
Apparently, he walked back his comments about being a Dolphin. He said a trade's 100% off the table. Apparently. Now,
I can't believe it.
I
I
can't.
can't sit here and fully believe that.
Either do I, because I feel like sometimes
He said he
just-
wants to win.
He gets so pissed where he's just like, why am I on this team?
Yeah.
Which I do understand.
He said he wants to
man.
win, and I can't see the Dolphins winning.
But I do understand you got Tua,
Anyway.
and I also don't
Yeah.
think that Tua should have been playing football. So
I don't think that the league should have allowed him to be able to play football again. The
I
first
mean,
time,
he's a grown man, so he can make his own decisions. But yeah, I do agree that
the
some-
doctor has a saying that.
somebody should have just literally sat him down and said, if you get one more, you're probably going to be a vegetable. And if you're a vegetable, you can't use your money. So think about that. That's what I would have said.
But
No
the players
offense.
that play,
It's sad too.
Exactly. Like it is because you're talented, but you're taking hits, and then he's also refusing to wear the extra padding that actually might help him. And I said this 2 weeks ago again. This year was the historically lowest concussion rate, and clearly we made a difference by you could say the thin little padding didn't make a difference, but I mean some people were, and historically lowest in all of football. Football has been around for like 200 years now. So
Good to see that too.
great to see that. We love that. Like we want that. We want that.
playing.
Exactly. We want
We
players to be
want-
healthy.
Yes, we want players to play football.
I love that.
I think that's
I love
great.
that. So it's just something to keep in mind and everything.
now you know what though?
Hmm.
Next year's fantasy, Hollywood Brown, second round pick.
Horrible.
Taking him.
You don't even. I don't even know.
It's horrible.
I have so much hope for him.
Horrible.
After
I mean,
not
maybe if
playing,
Travis leaves.
Butterfingers.
Maybe if Travis leaves,
Butterfingers.
because there is
he's going Hollywood.
there is some stuff. There's some stuff going around that Travis might. The Chiefs said that they would only re-sign Travis Kelce if he came back as a role player. Like he's not going to be the main focus of the offense, which I totally understand. He's 30, he's going to be 36 years old.
Yeah. You saw it all season.
A great, all-time great tight end, top 3 of all time. You could argue top 1, but again, I mean 36. I mean I don't think he's really got it anymore, and I also think that the Chiefs should kind of I just think the Chiefs should move on, man.
I think
You
he's
got
like
some
a-
really good weapons.
He's a perfect guy that they could keep in the locker room too, and I think he'd be willing to stay. as a locker room guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, it's his ego that comes down to it because do you want to be a role player or do you want the ball 24/7? And that's what he has to.
I don't think
he has to make that up.
Personally think that he's gonna have to deal with it at this point in his career, and I think
Me
he
too.
knows. He had not made some questionable plays that he was making 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Damn why?
But
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you guys seen this, but the Steelers are. I'm pretty sure the Jags shut it down real quick, but the Steelers were trying to get T-Law.
shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake Jen.
Shout out Jake Jen. I can't see a quarterback going to Pittsburgh and prevailing.
I mean, you also
it's such a hard atmosphere to go to now.
yeah,
It really is.
dude. You also gave Trevor Lawrence $242 million, like straight up.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even split it up. You said here, take $242 million because we think you're that good.
Yeah, I think he's quite overrated.
I
I think he's a good quarterback,
I think he's
but
I definitely think that he's a top 20 quarterback,
yeah,
but he might be on the brink of 20. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie.
he's a good quarterback, but
Now
he's not worth that much.
He
money,
has potential,
for sure.
but like the way he played in college, bro, he had so much hype behind him. You talk about a 6'6" quarterback. You talk about a dude who was athletic, had an arm like that. That's basically that's Joe Milton, but on steroids. He was
Yeah.
basically in college. So the most perfect quarterback build with all the intangibles. But again, man, he's just got to put it together. But I also do think that, I mean, they fired Doug Peterson and then they got the new guy. I can't remember his
I don't
name.
even
He's from
remember his
he's
name.
the Bucs offensive coordinator. But
Yeah, making some
Duval.
Yeah.
Duval. Well, I don't know why he said it like that.
I don't know either.
It gave me a little,
and
like-
he did it again.
It gave me chills.
He did it again.
Gave me
too.
chills a little bit.
Yeah, I don't.
It was a little weird, just a tad bit. So something to look at. The Steelers, I think, should personally keep Justin Fields and move on from Russ, but I think that if you keep Russ, you draft a quarterback in the first round.
Mhm.
Whoever that is, it could be Jackson Dart.
Where are
wherever.
they at in the draft?
I believe 21, 20,
Dart's
Something
probably
around
going to
there.
be the only guy worth drafting left.
unless they really
Around
believe
there.
in Milrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like,
I think
Do
Milrow is a running back. He should be a running back. Yeah, I remember I saw something
his hands,
about it on Instagram. Like
his hands.
he should be
He has
like-
the small. He literally has the smallest hands
Like,
ever in
he-
history. Like measured at the combine. He has the
Yeah.
smallest quarterback hands of all time if he gets drafted.
and
Yeah.
the way he runs the ball. I mean, I can see him being a running back.
Oh, see, but that's
when asked about it, he said no, straight
yeah,
up.
but see, that's the thing. That's what I mean by like, if you would take Milrow and sit him behind Russ for a year, 2 years, okay. I know Russ isn't that great, but I think that you taking Milrow at the back end of the first, you can develop Milrow. And I mean really, really develop Milrow because hear me out. He's not the most proficient passer. We all know that. But he has unbelievable intangibles in the run game, and he's a pure athlete. Like he literally,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
the he's the fastest person on the field at quarterback.
yeah.
So
And I
Lamar
that's why
Jackson?
I don't. Yeah, but Lamar Jackson can throw the ball.
yeah, but Lamar Jackson when he came into the NFL wasn't the greatest passer. He was literally just used for
Yeah,
the
he
run.
developed, but I think he had room for development. I don't think Jalen Milrow really has room for development in the pass game. He has not proven.
I
it
think
at
he's
all.
really, really small, and I do think that his hands definitely affect the way he throws the ball because it affects the way Kenny Pickett throws the ball, and he currently has the smallest hands in the NFL, and he wears gloves to throw the ball, mind you. He
Yeah.
wears gloves.
Yeah, I think that's
Super Bowl champion, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Super Bowl champion. He has more throws in the Super Bowl than Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Lamar
Joe
Jackson.
Burrow,
No,
Lamar
not,
Jackson.
No, not Joe Burrow.
I mean, my fault.
Joe Burrow is
sorry,
a
sorry, he's in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
I thought about Joe
Honestly,
Burrow.
I realized you said throws
But, I mean, he has more throws than
more rings than Joe Burrow.
He has more rings than Joe Burrow. He has more rings than all those
Yeah, all them.
quarterbacks. He has more throws in the Super Bowl as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's
Stat probably won't last too long.
No,
I
I think
think
Josh
Lamar's
Allen or
gonna get
Lamar
there.
is going to be. They're up next.
I think Lamar's gonna get there, but
I don't see the
love Josh
Chiefs
Allen.
being the Chiefs next year.
It's hard to say with Josh
I'd
Allen.
say a couple more years until they're back in that position. Unless Rashee Rice is comes back and he's really
I don't know,
good.
man. You're talking about
I like
Pat
the Birds.
Mahomes.
I like the Birds going again.
I like the Birds going again too, depending on who we resign.
Birds.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Saquon Barkley stays healthy. We go back to the Super
If
Bowl.
you resign, and also Slay's leaving as well, and he said he was going to retire this season, but I don't think he knew he was going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So my thing is that after he won the Super Bowl, he said, I would like to come back to the Eagles, but if I don't come back to the Eagles, I would be open to a reunion with the Lions.
And
So-
retiring there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
something to
can
look
see him
at.
retiring as a Lion.
I could, yeah, me too. He
That's
really
really
spent
him.
he spent his first 8 years there.
Yeah.
So
That's where he got his name.
yeah,
whole
definitely for
brand,
sure.
big
Yeah,
place,
everything,
Slay.
all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And he was great on the Lions, man.
So
like,
good.
so good, unbelievable.
Such a dog. And he carried that over his first 2 seasons with the Eagles.
And he had it like last year. He was pretty bad, but this year he definitely stepped up, dude.
Especially later on in the season.
he made some
was
great
so
plays.
good
I
later
feel
on
like
in
he
the
just
season.
gave it his all because he figured he might not even be back
Mhm.
in this position.
Yeah, he had a great playoff run
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, he made some really good plays. He made some big plays.
Yeah, some
Big play slay.
The Rams,
Dude.
the Rams game,
Dude.
he had a lot of breakups.
Yeah,
and a lot of game saving.
You can't
touches.
ask a guy of his age to
He's-
do
I
anything
think
more
he's
than
I
that.
think he's going into. I want to say he's turning close to
I think he's
35.
35.
I think he's gonna
34.
turn 35.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So,
At
and it-
cornerback is kind of crazy.
and it's hard to say too if you're gonna re-sign Slay because you got Q, but
You know,
don't
we still,
we're not putting Coop on the outside. Coop is meant to play the nickel, the
we
slot.
still have a veteran cornerback coming back next year.
Isaiah Rogers.
James Bradbury.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. I don't think he comes back next year.
No,
No, I think this was his last year on contract.
really? I thought he had one more left. After this
No,
year.
because remember we re-signed him. He wanted that contract after the bowl, and we re-signed him for 2 years. We
Yeah, I
re-signed
think-
him for 2
yeah.
years. So this is his
Yes.
last year, and he got a
He's
bowl.
done.
But he said in an interview that he wanted to go somewhere else and play. But we'll see if
We'll
that
see.
happens. He literally sat on the bench and got a Super Bowl, so I wouldn't be too pissed, bro. He was happy at the parade. I seen him.
Yeah.
He was cool at the parade, so take your bowl and whatever. So I would take my bowl too. Hey, I don't, if shit, I'm making money, I'm sitting, and I win a bowl, I'm not complaining.
I think Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are going to be a good duo to come for years.
Oh yeah,
But
but
I think
Coop,
like-
Coop needs to play in the slot though. He needs to play the nickel position. He's not going. I don't want him to play the outside.
No.
That's
keep Quinyon out there.
yeah, but you gonna need another boundary corner too.
I mean,
Like I don't think Isaiah
Keely,
Rodgers, but
Keely or Isaiah Rodgers.
you would have to re-sign Rodgers because this is.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with putting Keely out there.
I don't either. I think Keely is
It's
just
just
one
they're-
more year behind though. I think he needs
Yeah.
one more year of development and then he really blossoms into his player.
Yeah,
Cause it's like he has, bro.
he has it in him.
6'4", lengthy. He was fast.
He was
So
good in college. He was the #1 ranked cornerback until combine going
Mhm.
into that.
he was
draft.
also a 5-star out of high
yeah,
school.
so he has it in him.
we got a couple 5-stars out of high school on our team.
Will Shipley was a 5-star. I never knew that.
Yeah, bro.
That's pretty crazy.
Landon Dickerson, I'm pretty sure was a
Yeah,
5-star
Landon Dickerson was
too.
a 5-star.
Trying to think.
It's crazy because you got a guy like Will Shipley. He's a backup running back, 5-star, and then you got Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
He's a no-star.
Saquon was
Yeah.
5 stars, right?
Nah, Saquon
No,
was
he's a
4.
4.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saquon was 4. Not EJ. I'm trying to think, bro. It was Josh.
Smitty
Josh.
wasn't.
Josh Sweat was 5.
Was Smitty?
No.
No,
Oh,
Josh.
he's
Josh
the
Sweat
seven.
was 5 though. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
CJ?
I'm,
No, I think CJ
No.
was like a 3-star.
What about Hurts? He was a QB.
no,
Mm-mm.
he was 4. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There was a couple
Oh,
5 stars.
Eli
that I'm
Ricks?
forgetting. Eli Ricks. There you
He
go.
was a
Yeah, he was a
5-star.
5-star. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of them, and yeah, Keely Ringo was a 5-star too. So, I forget the other ones though. Yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else to add? I don't got anything else to add. I'm happy with this
Yeah.
Super Bowl. You feel me?
I'm pretty excited. I am just looking forward to free agency.
So
I
am
want
I.
to see how he's gonna make some shit shake like he
Mhm.
always does, per
Mhm.
usual.
Mhm.
And I just can't wait to see what he does.
The off season is honestly.
I
the best
I,
time.
I ultimately want to see him target Myles Garrett. I really do.
We'll
Like
see,
I said,
man.
Pay Bond, pay back then, target Garrett.
It's about the cap space.
Whoopsie.
It's about the cap space, man.
Yeah, but
So
ultimately, yeah,
we'll see, man. I'm excited for the off season as well. So
yeah.
it's gonna be all right. Episode 11 of the new podcast on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it.
12.
What you say?
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, it's not. It's 11. Kevin, bro. Yeah, it's 11. Episode 11 of the new podcast on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Check out Just Live Sports on YouTube to catch up with all the content, everything that we do. I repost a bunch of stuff, talk about sports on there too. So, gotta check it out. Gotta check it out.
I appreciate you for having me.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Of course,
Maybe I'll be back. Who knows?
not Rex, but I got
Yeah,
you,
no.
bro.
Yeah.
I'll be back for a conspiracy.
Yeah, we will do conspiracies again soon. We got a lot to talk about. Cause
I
some
love
cool
it.
conspiracies. So
Thanks
that's
for having
that's not a
me.
conspiracy. Peace, guys. Have a good one. Have a blessed
Deuces.
weekend.
Go Birds.
Goober.